Let me speak about agriculture because, I mean, even the first summit, after you launched the BDIC in London, you also did talk about how important agriculture is, which you also have highlighted now. But what kind of conversation is going on, especially if you have to convince people from moving away from, you know what they talk about, oil and gas, how they might have been so deep into it, and coming into agriculture with some of the challenges, access to credit, making it a long-term basis. What kind of conversation is going on in that realm to ensure that people readily come into agriculture?
Well, again, as I said, this is a practical summit. I've told you from last year till now, we have major cassava farm, the biggest cassava farm going on. We have the biggest fish farms going on now in this state, arising from what we did last year. And in this year, we are unfolding the microfinance agency, microfinance bank. Between last year and this year now, we have been able to, working on the gains of last year's summit, we have incorporated, and the CBN has graciously approved a microfinance license for us. So we have now, speaking, what we call the Zoimbe Microfinance Bank. And the aim is to extend credit to people who are involved in SMEs, you know, to be able to create inclusive growth. And we are excited about that. And that's why we want to key all these elements in and then introduce the industrial development plan and then see how we can work with partners to build the industrial park. This year we're also showcasing what the federal government, the last administration, approved the deep sea port at Agay. And then also the brass oil and gas free trade zone approved. So we are unveiling these because these are also very critical concepts in terms of opening up the industrialization of our state in addition to power. That's what we are doing this year.
Okay, Your Excellency, tell us about the industrial park. You said the development is done. What's it going to take? What would it look like?
Well, the industrial park, as I said, is a practical concept which was unveiled and presented to us yesterday, to me yesterday. And I'm grateful to the Vice President for sending his able team to represent him. And we want to work with federal agencies to see how we can get all of this started about. Now, the industrial park is straight. If we have the power hub close to the industrial park, we want to be able to, with power, attract manufacturers. We want to be able to get people to say, look, don't stay far away and pay, spend so much money on electricity bills. Come to Bayelsa, where we hope to get 24-hour power generation very soon. And then they set up companies. That's the only way we can create jobs. That's the only way we can develop skills. And that's the only way for us as a state. We can also increase our IGR base. I mean, some of these things were done in Lagos and other cities long time ago. Those who led those states opened up, took these same decisions that we are taking now, several years ago. And now you have the industrial areas, Ikeja, and all of those now becoming some. But people won't know that it took a vision, it took hard work, it took resilience. And at those times, I'm sure a lot of people would have also said, why this? We are conversant with all of that, but we're making progress.
Security continues to be, well, an issue that, well, it would seem that Bayelsa has made progress. For those who still have concerns concerning security, what do you say to them?
Well, there are no special concerns about security in Bayelsa. More kidnappings, more criminal activities take place in other major cities and other states more than Bayelsa. In Bayelsa, we are aware of plans by some elements in the opposition to escalate criminal activities, but we are dealing with that. We're dealing with that. I can say that Bayelsa is safe. Bayelsa is conducive for business. Generally speaking, Bayelsa is safer than most states in this country. I don't want to mention names of states, but this state is very safe, and we have made sufficient investment. Our security officials are committed and know what they are doing. The citizenry is well mobilized and all understand the value of safety as a first condition for development.
Well, Your Excellency, what kind of impact would you say this summit has had on employment in the state?
Well, you know, Chamberlain, these are not things you just start one day and you see the result that same day or the following year and so on. This is a process. As I said, unless we get industrialization, unless we get companies to come to Bayelsa and set up offices, unless manufacturers come to set up their companies here and manufacture, there's no way they can employ jobs, they can create jobs. Right now, Bayelsa, the only employer of labor is the government. And that is not good going forward. So we want to be like states that can, you know, have a lot of companies that are paying tax to them. Sometimes in the future, I expect that a governor of Bayelsa will say, well, I don't care what comes from federal allocation. We should be able to run our state on IGR. And that's the foundation we're laying. Painfully, steadily, but we are on course.
You know, the last time you said you were personally signing CFOs. Do you still find time to do that?
Oh, yes. We've signed a number of CFOs. We sign as many that come across to us. There are so many, particularly for corporate applicants. We expedite it. Generally speaking, with the introduction of the automated, computerized CFO system that this government introduced, we have liberalized title verification and certification in our state. Again, that is a major incentive that people who want to do business in this state has, including those who want to be in the industrial park. The industrial park is key because it's going to form the nucleus upon which the economy of this state will be expanded. Because from the power, if we are able to get power companies, and a number of them are around, a number of them are on ground, because as I said, the primary material is in abundance here. We have gas in abundance. And it is already in a place where the hub we have created, from last year till now, we have created the power hub, which is where you already have a major shell facility, a $4 billion shell gas gathering facility there because of the abundance of gas. And you have the NIPP project also there. So it's already on its own, without anything else, a power hub. But we want to make other investors also come in that area, and also the Miringi area, where since 1980s we have been running our own independent power plant. We are also creating another hub because there's gas.
How soon do you see this, this industrial park area coming on stream?
Sorry?
How soon do you see the industrial park area coming on stream?
As a matter of fact, I intend to lay the foundation stone of some of the facilities this year, God willing, because that is a critical element. Now, from last year till now, we have prioritized our needs in terms of how to expand the base of our economy. And we have come to the realization that if we get investments in power right here in this state, using the advantage we have in terms of having abundance of gas, and then we now go into industrialization. Even if it is 2-3 sheds we build, the program starts. Now we have done the basic designs, and we are working with other agencies. For example, the Local Content Development Board also had plans for an industrial park. And yesterday I mentioned it to them in the course of my remarks, that there's no need, we start an industrial park, and they are also doing one. So I see the possibility of a partnership in that regard. So we could have a situation where later this year, we will firm up that partnership, and other private sector players will also come in, and then we will hope to lay the foundation this year.
Tell us before you go, it's politics this year in Bayelsa State. Is it going to affect anything about this investment?
Sorry?
This year is a big political year for Bayelsa State. Is it going to affect this investment drive?
No, it will not. Bayelsans are unanimous about the need for continuity. They are unanimous about the successes and achievements that working together in the last 3 years or so we've been able to achieve, the relative peace and security that has now come to be synonymous in Bayelsa, and the focus and the determination of the government that they now have. So I don't see all of these, I don't see any politics affecting our investment drive. Anyway, My obligation and the duty of every leader is to start a journey. Get the designs right and start the journey. That's what we have done.
All right, Your Excellency, we'll have to wrap it up. On the lighter note, you keep saying we're far away. You forget we get a regular supply of tilapia from Bayelsa State. But thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much. But it's good. It's good to have you here producing more tilapia and consuming more tilapia.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and all the best.
Chairman.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away.